Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. The reaction today will be coming from Murad Merali. Y'all know I always have to, go to Murad, but I just wanted y'all to hear Murad's take on today's trial. Okay, nothing's funny about any of it except when I play Murad's version. Cause he got a little insider scoop from somewhere, y'all. I don't know, but I just couldn't believe he was saying it. So I just want everybody to hear it with me. So if you could please hit the subscribe button and like the video, please. And so we're gonna get started. And yeah, we're just gonna get started on this. Murad.
It thick and through during the trial. It's been reported via courtroom observers that he basically has been passing a lot of gas, making people in the trial uncomfortable. But to be honest with you, this man is coming straight from prison. He was not granted bail. And so I can imagine with a booty hole that is completely loose, that, everything is just running on free and he's living his best life. Rotten in and out. I know that he has stank breath, but it looks like he has a stank hole as well because he's being very uncomfortable whilst everything has been happening over the past couple of days.
Yo, I just had to play that. Hey, Deborah the man. Yeah, I just had to play this because I couldn't believe Murad said this. I mean, out of everything in the court, everything going around, like, just so serious. But Murad brought it all to, Murad, that's my buddy, though. That's why I am a member of his channel also, y'all. I like people that can be themselves. I don't like no fake people. But Murad, here we go, y'all. Let's finish up.
This now makes sense to me as to why some of the family aren't there. It was reported that the daughters also left halfway through the trial during one of Cassie's, testimonies. Now it makes sense why. Because this man was passing gas up and down everywhere, and his family was like, we can't do this. So the daughters left midway through. Janice obviously left halfway through, but it wasn't because of the fact that Diddy was passing gas. There was a 2-for-1 deal at Party City, and so therefore she thought that this is something that I need to do. So right now she's got the Party City Wigs Deluxe 3.0. So we can expect to see her return to the trial to support her son with some fashionable, new, shiny synthetic pieces. Hey guys,
Murad needs to stop. Man, you need to stop. My God. Okay, so now I think he's going to try to get a little serious. But this is what I was talking about yesterday or today. I can't remember. Well, he's not at the courthouse for one. So he's reading it off the thing. But how people reporting on different stuff, different happenings. That's why I'm always on Teaser's Tales, because she's in the courthouse. She's in the courtroom, the actual room with Diddy, and she ain't saying nothing about that part. But anyway, let's just see what else.
This Murad Merali daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. Do subscribe to the channel. Shout out to those of you that were on the stream earlier on today. Of course, discussing everything going on with P. Diddy. Kid Cudi came in and did what he needed to do as far as I'm concerned. He had the strongest testimony, and we're going to run through what he basically stated. He was giving great answers. He was yawning. He clearly was very chilled and relaxed. He spoke on the fact that Diddy was violent. He said that Cassie was hit. Cassie was uncomfortable. Brian Steele, the lawyer doing the cross-examination, did a very poor performance. The weak defense basically stating that, well, if Cassie played you, Kid Cudi, Cassie also played Diddy. It looks like Cassie's a bad person here. And
Cassie didn't play nobody, because she ain't date Diddy. Diddy had his other... Man, Kid Cudi was 2012, Diddy was 2010, but 2012 they had broken up for a little bit. That's when she was with Kid Cudi when she had broken up, he meant that because he heard him to find out that she went back to Diddy, but she was still having them FOs while she was with Cuddy. I I heard.
And also confirming that Cassie gave Diddy the address to where Kid Cudi lived, and therefore all of this is Cassie's fault, not the fact that Diddy was the one that carried all of this out by going to his address apparently and blowing up the car apparently, but Cassie's at fault even though Diddy hasn't done anything. It was a very weak defense from Brian Steele. I'm extremely disappointed. I was looking forward to his cross-examination legal, techniques, but maybe he too was bothered by the gas that was passing in the courtroom and, simply just could not deal with Diddy and his bubble farts coming out of his bubble hole. He also dropped that Capricorn Clark for saying that she was crying on the phone. She said that Diddy was lying when he tried to act like he didn't do anything. And Kid Cudi testified that Sean Diddy Combs' employee Capricorn Clark called Kid Cudi from outside his own house that morning in December, and she told him Diddy came to her apartment and physically forced her into a car. He said that Kid Cudi's Porsche damaged with Molotov cocktails, and that basically Diddy tried to poison Kid Cudi because he kept offering Kid Cudi glasses of water, and he was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, y'all. I wanted to talk like as far as Prince goes, now that it's no more court until Tuesday. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find out some more stuff about Prince since they had a Diddy party at Prince's house. I want to know some more about Prince, but as far as in the court, I haven't heard anything about Prince. But I'm gonna be looking, I'm gonna be asking, I'm gonna be seeking. Because Prince is still my number one. And Murad, you acting like you want Brian Steele to go hard on Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi was ready to, he can. Wait a minute, I hear myself talking. This distracting me. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, Murad, you act like you wanted Brian Steele to come up and try to get Kid Cudi to mess up or something. You can't mess up if you telling the truth. You keep telling your truth. That's why it don't pay to lie. Because you got to keep covering up a lie and you can get caught in the lie. I always tell the truth. That's why I talk all the time. Because I ain't going to lie for nobody, okay? But Mariah, you're supposed to hate Diddy so much, you say. But why would you want the defense to eat Kid Cudi up? That's the way it sounds to me. Brian Steele is only bad as people make him out to be. Just because he was bad in the YSL case, which he was because I watched it, it don't mean he's going to be bad in this one. Yeah, he ain't going to be bad. He ain't got nobody backing him up on this one.
Very, nervous about why Diddy was doing this. So, he did mention the fact that Cassie was forced into a car. Diddy was violent. He felt like Diddy was lying. And this all is important for the jury because it helps to really push the RICO charge because Diddy not only was harming Cassie, but of course, Kid Cudi here as well in regards to a car being blown up. So to be honest with you, he didn't directly say, I have evidence of Diddy doing this, but he felt like Diddy did this, and that in itself is strong for me. The one thing that upset me is that he felt like he was played by Cassie, and he said that publicly, but how can you be played by somebody who is under duress? How can you be played by somebody who's also a victim? How can you be played by somebody whilst you're also admitting that that same person was being forced into a car, that same person was being...
He didn't force Cassie, Murad, he talking about Christina. He forced Christina into the car and made her drive him to Kid Cudi's house. Kid Cudi had Cassie. Cassie wasn't with Diddy. Not when he went to Kid Cudi's house and blew it and did all that. That was Christina. Not Christina. Not KK. The CC one. Dang it. I done messed up her name. Because Murad had me laughing all hard, caught me off guard with them darn breaking gas in the courtroom and all that stuff. Anyway, it wasn't Cass's fault, like Murad said, but for them, because they cut a hole in the top of Kid Cudi's car and threw one of those bottle bomb things in there, whatever you call it, a bottle cocktail, whatever you call it, in his Porsche, brand new 2011 Porsche. Yeah, hot Kid Cudi was hot, and then put his dog in the bathroom. I don't know what else he did to his dog, but Peter gonna get him. Them animal lovers, Peter, Peter gonna tear him up now. You know, Diddy, you done messed up now. You messed with the animal that wasn't doing nothing to you. And so that's all I'm gonna say about that. And as far as what you talking about now, you know, I forgot what. Oh yeah, Cass can't be nobody's like true girlfriend. She too traumatized. I mean, now she's straight. She went to rehab and stuff. But back then, no, Cassie, I think she was just trying to stay safe. I'm thinking she was just trying to just keep herself here on Earth. That's what I'm thinking. So she didn't two-time nobody, cause nobody was ever single. I mean, Kid Cudi, she went back to Diddy because Diddy threatened to murk you and her. So she saved your life, probably, maybe.
Hit and uncomfortable. How can you be played by somebody who's going through these unfair stipulations by Diddy? It doesn't make any sense. It was a contradiction on his behalf, and I don't think it was fair for him to say that Cassie played him when he knew that Cassie was going through so much with that man, because he also confessed that on the stage himself, on the stand.
And I'm gonna say one more. I mean, I may have to make my own video about Cassie, but Cassie isn't Cassie. Everybody we think Cassie's innocent. Cassie is not innocent. We know she took the plea deal, just like KK better have, and just like Gina did, but she darn changed her mind with her crazy self. And all of these Diddy employees took a plea deal, so some of them went to jail for a little bit. Some of them got full immunity. Cassie got full immunity because she is not innocent. She did some stuff. Yeah, she did some stuff. So I never said, but as far as her being beat on, yeah, stuff like that stomped out. Shoot, man, forehead and face gashed open, kicked open, cut open. Man, shoot, her pulled out her head by clumps. That's when she shaved her head on the side. For the people that don't know, that's really why she shaved her head. Yeah, and oh, but yeah, Cass is not innocent, people. She just took immunity deal from the feds, so she would serve no jail time. So next week we might hear some bad stuff about Cassie. That's all I'm gonna say. Just saying, just putting it out there.
And himself. But overall, his testimony was strong, up there with Kerry Morgan and Cassie's mother. 3 people with straight, strong testimonies. I believe that this man was the 16th or 15th witness. So we've gone through so many people, guys, in a week and a half. Honestly, time is flying. And by the end of this, we're going to look back at this trial and just think that all of this went past us so quickly. So, really soak this in, guys, because this trial is one for the books, high profile and absolutely mad. And I'm glad that Kid Cudi came to do what he needed to do. I'm glad that he testified, as far as I'm concerned. He gave straight good answers. He literally said he felt like Diddy was violent. He said that Diddy forced her into a car.
Hey, Deborah McMahon. Hey, Patricia. Love you too, girl. Part of what deal, Deborah McMahon? Did I mess up something?
car to go meet him. He said that basically somebody harmed his dog. His dog felt very jittery, and that they went into his home, unwrapped his Christmas presents, but nothing else was taken or stole it. And so, it's very odd the things that Diddy was doing. But apparently, once Diddy found out that Cassie and Kid Cudi were dating, Diddy went into Cassie's place, pooed in his a hotel, and etc. He might have had a loose booty hole for a very long time if that's basically what he was doing, because we did see in the freak off cabinets 2 dildos, one in his mouth, probably one behind, roasting it up like an oiled pig. But this basically what is going on. Myla Morales came in as a next witness, Cassie's hairstylist, to confirm that basically Cassie was hit multiple times and that she took Cassie with her to the doctors to make sure that she was okay. Then there was a special agent, Josh Croft, who came into the manor as well, somebody who basically works in the human trafficking unit, and explains that a lot of the data that Diddy basically thought he removed has not been removed. It all is still there in unallocated places. You can still retain the drive even if you do a factory reset. They didn't go into what the information was, and I felt like they didn't, because they're saving that for the next couple of weeks, and I'm not mad at that. Then you also have witness Frederick Zamora, who is a general manager of a hotel, who confirms that there was candle wax on the carpets and they charged $500, and that nothing in regards to these hotel rooms were approved unless it was approved by Christina Coram. Once again, guys, her name is being mentioned. Her name was mentioned so much today in the trial. And to me, it is honestly bemusing. It's just like she's this kind of omnious force where we don't know who she is, but this woman keeps being mentioned because she hasn't been subpoenaed as far as I'm concerned. She's not a co-conspirator as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no way that this woman is randomly unaffected by this trial in terms of being called to stand. She's so heavily involved, she has to be one way, shape, or form. So
He'll catch up.
my thing is this. I feel like her name being mentioned multiple times is something that the prosecution are planning and doing on purpose. They want the witnesses that they have to mention Christina Coram's name so that the jury have this woman in her mind, to the point where near the end of the trial, they're going to bring Christina Coram as a surprise witness, so that by that time that she actually takes a stand and snakes on her man, Diddy, the jury will definitely know not only who she is, but how powerful she is in regards to the Diddy enterprise and how involved she was with everything. This is why I feel like this is happening, because we've heard now Christina Coram so many times.
Uh-oh. I don't know what's up now, y'all. Come on, Murad. Let's see. Are you done?
Cassie mentioned her. Okay. We've got this particular witness mentioning her.
Okay.
And also, I believe somebody else mentioned her as well.
All right, so then I'm gonna end it right there, because it seems like he might be getting ready to mess up on me, y'all. But yeah, he's saying what he's saying. They saying KK's name so many times that by the time the trial is over, then KK might be the end of the surprise witnesses, and her name will have a hole burnt in the brains of the jury, and all of them know that about KK and how big of a deal KK really is or was. But anyway, I had to play here because he had me laughing so damn hard, his crazy self. Man, Murad say anything. Yeah, Murad. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to leave it right there. And y'all, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And hit the like button, please. And I know it may not have been a good live, but I did this one just because Murad was funny to me at the beginning. Whew. Okay, y'all. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Let's see. Yeah. Cassie played though, and she got burnt. Man. But I'm glad it's all turning out okay for her though. For all them darn beatings she got. I mean, that's some beatings, girl. She should be a tough darn person now though. Dang. I heard she had to take something for all the rest of her life. Is it opioids the rest of her life because of the drug, or the beatings and all of everything mixed together? Yeah, for the rest of her life, and she young. All right, y'all. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it for now, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for coming to see me. All right, all right. Bye, y'all.